Hello folks, another video. This one's pretty upsetting. Once again, I don't have any really positive news, but there isn't any much anymore. I mean, there's some things on the news, but they're all just kind of asinine things that really don't mean anything. This one's really disturbing, bad. It's not even really a news story, or there's a web page I found on the internet. It's titled, Iraqi Christians Throwing Their Children from Mountaintop to Keep Them from Islamic State Terrorists. Can you imagine that? What kind of parent would do that? Well, it goes on to say here, the dire situation has caused some families to make a seemingly incomprehensible decision, forced with the bleak realization of the children dying of thirst or starvation, possibly being captured by Islamic State, formerly known as ISIS, well, whatever you're called. How about subhuman, rotten, mongrel pieces of garbage, who should be all hunted down and killed on the spot? Of course, there's no leadership in Iraq to do exactly that. So the parents making the unthinkable decision to throw their children from the top of the mountain to end their suffering and bring about a quicker and possibly more humane death. Why would parents make that choice? It says, we cannot assume what is going through their minds, but here is a recent example of one of the many possible reasons. One Islamic State animal, and that's probably putting it nicely, recently announced his coming marriage to a 7-year-old child in Syria. Of course, that's a normal thing with them, aren't they? Aren't they all a bunch of pedophiles marrying children? Anybody watching this video, by the way, why don't you call Congressman Keith Ellison? He's a congressman in Minnesota, and he's Muslim. Make you all get his opinion on this. And it's your religion that espouses marrying children, even though in this country it's a crime of pedophilia, and in my opinion, worthy of death. Let's go on. What would you do? Would you sentence your little girl to this life? Would you attempt to sacrifice her mercifully to save her from the pain? Can you imagine a parent having to live with a decision like that? You know, what these ISIS guys are doing. It says here they're butchering people. 1,500 men were killed in front of their wives and families. 50 old men died from thirst and illness. More than 70 girls and women, including Christians, were taken, raped, being captured and sold like cattle at an auction. Can you believe this? Does any of you people have any idea what you're listening to when I'm reporting? I've never in my life heard about more barbaric acts of human depravity ever from anyone. Adolf Hitler would be very envious. He'd be jealous right now, in fact. These ISIS scumbag subhuman animals and all these other puffed up, bearded, bag-headed buffoon lunatics and other aspiring mental patients running around that whole land, killing anyone that even looks at him wrong, I suppose. You're committing acts of depravity that would make Attila the Hun look like a Red Cross donor, and I'm not kidding you. The article then goes on to say, is this what our world has come to? So many people want to ignore these serious stories because they feel Iraq is so far away. It can't happen here, or can it? Islam continues to gain a strong foothold in the United States, as it has slowly the past 20, 30 years. It certainly could be in our future. But even if this is not our future, these are still brothers and sisters in Christ. I know what that means. It means they're still human beings, man. They're Iraqi and they're Middle Eastern descent, but they're Christians. Anybody else out there that's a Christian, the same religious beliefs as you. And they're being slaughtered and butchered, killed. I don't even know any of these people. I'm infuriated about this. But we're supposed to show more tolerance and respect to Islam, right? Tolerance and respect! Tolerance and respect to a religion that doesn't know the meaning of either word and goes out of its way to prove it every day. Tolerance and respect to a religion that violates the human rights of half the people on the planet and also doubles as a political ideology indistinguishable from Nazism. That's right. It'd be disgusting if it wasn't so true. Or maybe that should be the other way around. As much as these suit and tie and stealth jihadis that we have in this country, as much as they want it. It doesn't matter. As much as the politicians want it, the people won't allow it. That will never happen in this country. Because me and tens of millions of others like me would resist. That Muslim madness will not happen here. So, I mean, what a despicable, sad state of affairs over there. I will say this, though. This is the only time that Obama will get a get-out-of-jail-free card on my part. You can't blame him for this. Why do I say that? Because he should have never invaded Iraq in the first place. That was a big mistake. That was George W. Bush, the previous complete idiot, moron, incompetent fool. You see, it doesn't matter if it's a white Republican or a half-black Democrat, right? If you're an idiot and you make fuck decisions, I'm going to attack you. Nothing personal, Obama or Bush or anything, but the reason you should have never invaded Iraq, because as much of a brutal, ruthless dictator and a mass murderer that Saddam was, I've said it before in another video, he kept a lid on things over there. This shit didn't happen. These guys didn't mess around and do this shit in this country. If they did, they disappeared in a prison dungeon and they were never seen again. That's about what happened to them. Now that Saddam's gone, they're free to do whatever they want. And that's exactly what they're doing. It's the human barbarism and suffering going on. It's just inexplicable. It's indescribable. Okay, the next topic is how America is in peril. And there's a lot of reasons for that. The obvious are the crushing debt we're facing. What's it up to $17 trillion and probably goes up, $1 million a second or something ridiculous. One of the major things I've noticed over the past several years, when a certain somebody was reelected, or elected then reelected, the continued militarization of our local police departments. You see SWAT teams go in, they don't even look like SWAT team guys, they look like military guys to me. What does your local, sheriff's department need with an armored tank with a 20mm gun cannon on it? Really? I guess gone are the days of Barney Fife, where you just had a nice friendly neighborhood sheriff's deputy with nothing but a 6-shot revolver on him. Oh no. Now they show up with the military. Leftover equipment that every police department all over the country is becoming militarized. Armored vehicles, small miniature tanks, assault weapons, complete and state-of-the-art riot gear. Something to think about. You might ask yourself why. What are they preparing for? Who are they going to be used against? Use your imagination. Next thing is this illegal invasion, which they claim seems to have died down a little. It's because of the extreme hot temperatures. Well, when it cools down, it's all going to start again. We've already seen how the Mexican cartel guys are already shooting at Border Patrol agents. That's just them testing the waters to see what they can get away with. See how much they can push, how much pressure they can put on. The Border Patrol can't deal with it as it is. We've seen what happened when there's thousands of them. Now picture millions of them just streaming over the borders. They could be able to stop all that? About as much as a balloon could stop a busted dam. There's also a Homeland Security Advisor. I wrote his name down somewhere. Here it is here. His name's Mohammed. What a shocker that is, right? Mohammed El-Biari, Department of Homeland Security Advisor, who claims that this is an Islamic country. My ass it is. And I want to say a lot worse than that. This is not and never will be an Islamic country, ever. Alright? Under any circumstances. At least if me and other patriots have anything to say about it. Oh, I just said the magic word, patriot. I just probably got put on a list now from some group or agency. I don't care anymore. And thank God this guy's only advisor, but I'll soon before maybe he gets elected to be the Department of Homeland Security Secretary in charge of the Department of Homeland Security. A Muslim. Yeah. It's probably already happening right under our feet. There's a lot of other reasons why America is in serious, serious trouble. This whole thing about in Iraq, is that a little glimpse of things to come in our country's future here? Certainly hope not. But Americans in America have survived worse than possibly what is in store for us. The Great Depression, this economic collapse, whenever it happens, well, it's going to make the Great Depression look like a common cold. So, it is what it is. It's good. Nobody can change anything out there. Not even a goofball like me making YouTube videos. You're not going to change anything. But at least I do it, and I put my opinion out there. Maybe you snap people up, or wake them up, and snap them out of it. Get them to stop watching ridiculous asinine crap like Mob Housewives and House Hunters and all the other mindless crap that you don't learn anything from. Alright, that's about all I got to say now. I might make a video later. Depends on how much more really wonderful news I can come up with. There isn't much. Okay, that's it. Bye.